For every loudmouth leftist telling our troops to remember their oath, stop pretending you know what you're talking about. Here's what the oath actually says. I do solemnly swear that I support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It goes on to say that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and I will obey the orders of the officers appointed over me according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. That's it. That's the mission. Not to obey the governor, not to side with the mob, and not to do whatever the mayor says. It's about protecting the Constitution and this country, even when weak leadership refuses to do so. So when the President of the United States sends the National Guard to go shut down the chaos in LA, and you start crying about tyranny and martial law, guess what? The military's job isn't to make you comfortable. It's to protect this country when local officials fail. Looting, fires, assault, destruction. That's not protest. That's lawlessness. And if you think defending that makes you some kind of hero, you're the one who forgot what this country stands for, not them. Our troops are not violating the oath. They're upholding it. Because unlike you, they actually took it. Stop using the oath like a political weapon when you have no idea what it means. Our service members are out there doing what needs to be done. You don't have to like it, but you will respect it.
I know that's right. The oath isn't to a mayor, not to a hashtag. It's to the Constitution and to the president. Federal troops aren't there to protect you. Well, I'm sorry, I said that completely wrong. Protect your comfortability, rather. They aren't there to keep you comfortable. They're there to restore order when weak local leaders obviously fail, as you can see. And if you want to see what that looks like on the ground, I want y'all to watch Portland, where federal agents finally decided enough was enough. They said, look, we got some new tactics for y'all tonight. I mean, they really turned this into somewhat of a war zone, man. Antifa, what is really going on with these people, man? As y'all can see, federal agents, they've had enough, and they're deploying tear gas. Oh, they ran? Where you at, Antifa? Wow. He also hurt our American citizens. Help our economy. When ICE and federal police finally moved, protesters, you've seen them folded quick. They ran. I should have noticed. They only act tough until someone with a badge and actual authority steps forward. The city refuses to deal with it. So, guess what? The feds did. And when people decide to play resistance games with federal agents, it doesn't end well. It doesn't end with likes and retweets at all either. It ends in handcuffs.
Fuck you now! Fuck you! Hey! Fuck you!
Yo no soy una criminal.
So, what did you just watch, right? The man who went viral for throwing away an ICE vehicle. Towing away. I said throwing, wow. Towing away an ICE vehicle. Y'all can't see that. Hold on. I'm going to make sure y'all can read it. The man who went viral for towing away an ICE vehicle while they were making an arrest in Los Angeles has been arrested himself. That's what you just seen. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this. So, another video hit a little different. FAFO loser. Nick sort of added to this. Bobby Nunez, who was pissed about his perp walk being filmed, now faces 10 years. Ooh, that tow truck stunt went viral. He laughed at ICE while hauling off the vehicle. Now he's facing 10 years in federal prison. This isn't a sitcom. Yeah, this isn't a sitcom mess with federal property. And the punchline is prison time, though. Meanwhile, in Chicago, I've been talking about Chicago all day. But in California, protesters think spitting on ICE agents makes them heroes, apparently. Watch who actually shows up to protect her.
Protesters in South Park crowded around and spit on ICE agents' cars. In Linda Vista, onlookers tried to push through caution tape to help a man being detained.
It's despicable.
In both ICE raids, federal agents called San Diego police for emergency assistance, and officers responded.
Our role is mainly to maintain the public safety and respond if somebody needs help.
SDPD Lieutenant Travis Easter says it's part of their policy. It says, quote, officers will provide emergency assistance to all law enforcement agencies, including those under the Department of Homeland Security and Border Patrol.
If somebody is assaulting or harming one of those officers and they feel the need to call for assistance, we will arrive.
Is it providing safety for the public, or is it providing safety for Homeland Security?
Providing safety for everybody.
Police say they can use caution tape and other tools to separate federal agents from the public. Video from Linda Vista shows a police vehicle in the middle of the road. Easter believes this does not contradict SB 54. That's the California law that limits local law enforcement's cooperation with federal immigration authorities.
Man, even in a sanctuary city, when ICE calls for backup, the police show up. Why? Because when mobs swarm federal agents, public safety beats politics every single time. And while police step up, watch what happens in Seattle when Antifa assaults a journalist. Spoiler. It's the same broken cycle.
Really? Okay.
It's all filming and everything. It's all public space.
Hold on, y'all missed it. Check it out.
Really? Okay.
It's all filming and everything. It's all public space. He's going to get brought back into our side, and he's going to get processed back there, so it'll all be taken care of.
Another FAFO. Antifa militant get locked up. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't feeling too sorry about that. No, not even a little bit. Attack a journalist, get arrested, get released. Fast. I don't know how fast it got released. But it says in 2021 he was quickly released. That's the system. They knew then that they'll be cut loose, so the violence kept repeating. Now, he's just willing to take the risk. It's a revolving door that rewards the mob. And when you flip on the news, what do you see? Not the chaos, not the arrest. You see MSNBC turning wildfire raids into a campaign speech.
Authorities in Washington state have been fighting the state's largest wildfire nonstop for almost 2 months. It's called the Bear Gulch Fire. It's burned 9,000 acres since early July. Officials say it's only 13% contained. It is so big, they've had to rely on contract firefighters. But a group of those firefighters who were battling the blaze had to take a 3-hour timeout from their work on Wednesday. You see, their camp was raided by Border Patrol officials, and they were lined up and told to show their IDs.
Nice.
Got hit, guys.
That's all right. Tribal member. Yeah, we got pulled over by ICE. Crazy, dude.
Oh, man, I'm sure the left will take this and spin this and try to make the American public over sympathize and empathize, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of context missing from this that we don't know about.
We got members from the tribe of Umatilla, Cayuse, and Walla Walla. This is crazy, man. Look at that. Post it up. We have a different crew over here. Talk to the bosses. And I guess La Migra.
You heard people on the scene claim that at least some of those firefighters were Native Americans, indigenous volunteers. They got raided. State officials confirm it. Now, those Border Patrol officers ultimately arrested 2 of the firefighters. It's not clear why. According to reporting by the Seattle Times, one of the firefighters said members of the crew were told not to take video of the incident. You risked your life out here to save the community, the firefighter said. This is how they treat us. Another firefighter said they were denied the chance to say goodbye to the detained crew members. I asked him if his family can say goodbye to him because they're family and they're just ripping them away, the firefighter told the Times. And this is what he said. You need to get the blank out of here. I'm going to make you leave. As the Times notes, it's unusual for federal border agents to make arrests during the fighting of an active fire, the largest in the state of Washington, especially in a remote area. In fact, a Biden-era policy bans most immigration enforcement at natural disaster sites, but here we are. Trump and his supporters, Vance says this all the time, they constantly push this line that you either care about Americans or you care about immigrants, not both. But it's racist garbage. We're an interconnected society of human beings who depend on each other to survive and thrive. And there's not some neat line you can cleave between Americans and foreigners. We just have neighbors and communities. Trump world says that's bunk, that there's just 2 sides. Trump world says that to make America great again, you need armed federal officers roaming streets and businesses and Home Depot parking lots in search of people to disappear. And now raids on camps of firefighters as they literally battle the largest wildfire in the American Northwest. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Stephen Miller and their ilk are going to burn the country to the ground if that's what it takes so they can rule over the ashes.
2 arrests during a federal check became Trump is burning America. They'll never tell you the full story. That's not journalism, man. It's a campaign ad disguised as the news. I want y'all to just look at the comments, though. They're fighting fires, keeping the public safe, and they stopped the firefighting for 3 hours. So you mean to tell me they was quite literally in the middle of a fire? Hold on, let me bring it on a big screen for y'all. What else? How dare they? Completely despicable. Notice they only arresting brown people, not Russian. These comment sections effing pathetic. Let's see if they got anybody with some common sense in this comment section. No, it's crazy. America, are you watching? How these comments are unreal. I know. Hold on. South Park. I'm thinking about that scene, when they went to heaven, saying that ICE would deport anybody. They said, wasn't Second Amendment supposed to be protected against that? A song of ice and fire. And when Democrats scream about family separation, wait until you see what happens when reunification doesn't fit their politics, y'all.
So we're for child separation from their families now. We used to be against that. Now I guess we're for it. Here's what happened. These kids came here during the Biden administration.
These children have family in this country.
And their parents are in Guatemala, and the Guatemalan government
well,
will
not all of
them.
Not all of
them.
The 10-year-old little girl who lost her mother, and then she said she was abused in Guatemala and came over. It's more complicated than just clear cut. They all have parents in Guatemala.
These children were abandoned here somehow. They've been, sent here for some period of time. They're trying to reunite them with their families where they're from, with a government that has asked for their return and wants to facilitate their return. This all happened under the Biden administration. Now a Biden judge is trying to keep them here and to further this policy of keeping them separated from the families that they have in Guatemala. Everybody's upset about this, and I don't know why. They're trying to reunite them with their families.
But are you comfortable with how it was done, right? I understand you're taking the administration's line on this, but woken up in the middle of the night over a holiday weekend, not having a chance to go before a judge to contest this or explain why they want to go back to Guatemala.
They snuck into the country, without talking to a judge or doing any of that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could have snuck in on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? When everybody was at home. Well, most except essential workers. You know what I'm saying?
Or anything like that, and put aboard these planes, and then then the lawyers step in, a judge steps in, and here we are.
My general view is if their families in Guatemala and the Guatemalan government want them back, we should send them back.
But then why not do it during like business hours?
Yeah, Labor
why
Day
do
weekend.
it? Why in the middle of the night, 2 in the morning?
Yeah,
Well,
it sure does. Seems a little fishy to me.
You don't think
it's
so
just
you
a
want
weird
to keep
time
them
to do
separated
this.
from their families?
No, I think children. I think Lulu's exactly right. There is a due process system in place in our government.
We're not saying they're criminals.
And
We're just saying
children
they should go
deserve
home.
to be able to go in front of a judge and defend
Even though they are criminals, I'm saying they're criminals.
why they're here. These are children, Scott, that we're talking about.
Do you think they made the conscious choice to come here on their own, or were they sent here for some other
Exactly.
Some of them were
This is the
probably
point.
abused
None of
by
us
the
know that we're dealing with
stories of
children.
these children. None of us know the stories of these children.
I know
Their
them.
lawyers.
They've been separated
Their
from their
lawyers know
families.
the
They're trying to be
stories of these
reunited.
children, and that is the point. That's why we have due process in this country, because
They're not
the
criminals.
lawyers.
Think about this. Democrats said separating families was evil. Now, when Trump ties, he tried to tie them back together and reunite children with their parents in Guatemala, suddenly they're against it. It's family reunification. And if it isn't the goal, then politics, not kids, drives the agenda. That's Portland. That's LA. That's San Diego. And that's the media's spin machine. They keep chanting abolish ICE, but when ICE actually draws the line, you see they fold real quick. Draw the line in the comment section if you made it to the end of this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe if you're tired of the lies, man. And I want y'all to definitely drop a comment. Should cities that block ICE lose federal money? Like we've been seeing some of them do. Hey, look, man, y'all be safe. But like I always say, please go check on a friend today because you can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.